What is going on, everybody? We are back for our final matchup of season number 2. We've got the Titan League Grand Finals. The big boys are here. They're ready to go. $75 on the line for the winner of this one. Winner's taking home all the money and the flex here of being the Titan League champion, the first ever Titan League champion, as this is the first season we added the Titan League to Nemesis. So a lot of bragging rights are on the line tonight. Venganza taking on Nebula. Venganza in that upper bracket here after defeating Nebula in an amazing Game 7 series earlier on in the bracket. Nebula made their run through the lower bracket and got to this point now. So it's going to be a good one here, and I am joined by the one and only Fishy. Fishy, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. I can't wait to see how Nebula can bounce back after their loss in the first round, and they've made a great lower bracket run so far to get here.
Yeah, that they did, and they actually took down your team in the Grand Masters in the losers finals. So you got some firsthand experience about kind of how they've been able to play, and actually you played Venganza too, so you kind of know a lot about both these teams. What can you tell us about their play style and maybe some of those things we'll see tonight?
Yeah, for sure. Venganza throughout the regular season was always known as the hyper-aggressive, ball chase-esque team, but they've kind of calmed it down and played a lot better rotationally, and they've been dominating all of the Titan teams so far, but Nebula's just been on a hot streak with their pressure and demos throughout all of the playoffs.
Yeah, Nebula, they've been trying to make that lower bracket run, and it was actually almost a crazy little upset. You talked about it, Venganza. They've kind of taken over that, the kind of main status, the number one status. The Grandmasters, they were the number one seed, but Venganza, they made a comeback throughout the second half of the season. We talked about it on the pre-show yesterday that they lost H and picked up 4, who's really stepped up for their team, and they've definitely made a run, and they're pretty much the favorites in this one. Like we talked about, they're in the upper bracket here, so Titan's different than all of our other leagues. This is not just a simple win a best of 7 and you're done. We've actually got the bracket reset possibility. So Nebula, they're in a tough position here. They're going to have to come through and win this first series and then win the second series. So it's a long road for them tonight if they can pull it off here. Fishy, we got them in the lobby. I think we're about to get things ready to go. Who are you taking in this one? Can Nebula pull the bracket reset, or is Venganza going to take the championship?
If Nebula starts the games hot and gets ahead, I think they definitely have a chance, because Venganza's only lost 1 series since picking up 4, and they might not know how to play from behind. But Venganza has just been so dominant, I think I'd probably take them 4-3 or 4-2. It's going to be close.
All right, well, you guys can get your predictions in the chat. Toss a vote on the poll and let us know who you're taking. Venganza versus Nebula, the Titan League Championship here. It's going to be a good one. I know I took on the pre-show. I was taking Venganza 4-2. But, hey, you never know how it can go. Nebula, they could definitely make the run. But here we go. Titan League Grand Finals, Venganza versus Nebula. We got Venganza out there in the blue with Ladog, 4, and Skies. And then we got Nebula in the orange with Zin, Presche, and Ventus here. And, Fishy, who do you think is going to step up here early? Obviously, we talked about 4. But who would you say is the person to watch for Nebula, as they're actually missing Smooth for their roster tonight?
Yeah, and Smooth's been really great for them throughout all of the playoffs, kind of carrying them through that lower bracket. But Presche, I'm excited to see what he brings, because he is the highest MMR player on that team. You'd expect a lot from him.
And we'll have to see if Pressjay can show up. He kind of got relegated to the sub after Smooth was popping off, and Nebula almost were able to take him down in 7 in their first matchup in the playoffs. But he's back now tonight looking to perform as Smooth is unavailable. So we'll have to see what he can do as this one is sent down. Venganza looking for an opportunity, but can't find it quite yet. The dog with a pinch in the corner. Trying to pass it back maybe as this one's sent down out of the middle. Pressjay blocking to the sides in. Sending that one up. Off the backboard, the dog can't make the touch. 4 has to jump out to it. Zin, last man back, gets a touch out to the corner, but 4 sending it back up in the middle could be dangerous, but Pressjay is going to make the save. And so far here early, Venganza's had a lot of pressure, Fishy, but they haven't been able to break through quite yet.
Yeah, for sure, and you can tell the nerves are starting to act up as there's been a lot of mistouches from both teams on the offensive half, and it's just stopped anything from coming to fruition.
You can definitely see it. A lot is on the line, like we talked about. These guys have been working all season, nearly 3 months of Rocket League, grinding it out to get to this point, and it all comes down to this grand finals. And if they can pull it off, they'll be taking home the championship as we see Nebula trying to get back on the offense, but he's sent away 4. Now on the dribble, trying to take it towards the net. Skies looking for the bump, maybe even the demo, but Pressjay gonna avoid that one as Ventus, a mistouch from him. All the backboard. Skies towards the net. Ventus just pops it up, and fortunately that one doesn't go in the net, but Nebula, they're panicking just a little bit. But we've seen this time and time again, is that they can panic on the defense, but somehow Fishy, it always seems to work out for Nebula on their defensive end.
Yeah, it seems like there's always just a person ready to jump at the ball whenever they need them to, and it's just tiring to attack into them because you're always going to have to go through a 50.
And so far, Venganza, they've been able to get 2 shots on net only, and both of them were saved away by Nebula, so their defense, which has been great so far, able to hold on as the demo comes out. Zin, he's hunting for more. Sky's last man back. He's going to make the touch just in time, but a dangerous opportunity there, and Nebula almost able to put their first one in as this one is sent back across, but it's going to be cleared away. Now popped up high over the net. Zin gonna send this one out. Ladog gonna find a touch to the corner here for Pressjay. Trying to take it up. It's blocked out in the midfield. This one up high. And Ladog sending it towards the backboard. The follow-up there. 4 almost gets it in. Skies just got to touch it down, but he can't hit the opportunity. And a wide open net miss for Skies.
Yeah, that was great play from both of his teammates to get the opportunity started. It's 4 here, almost getting a goal, but it's just got to be a little better from Skies. Maybe he was low boost, but that touch just has to go in at this level.
Yeah, that's one that he should be hitting, a wide open net, and the Skies will tell you he should definitely hit those as he pops this one up, trying to redeem himself, but not going to be able to as this one's out in the midfield. Ladog sending it up high. Zan, he can't find the touch, and it's wide open net there, and this time Skies is going to tap it in, take the goal, and Venganza takes the lead.
Yeah, and that's not all on Zin there, as he does get a misread, but it was tough, but both his teammates were just pushed up a little too far, and it left a 3 on net after Zin missed that touch.
Yeah, tough miss there. That's what happens on the Nebula defense sometimes. You get one miss, and it can put you in a terrible spot, as now Nebula looking to respond right away, and Zin making up for his mistakes. Redemption there as he ties it up.
Yeah, and that's just wide rotations from Venganza this time, as they're the ones to make a rotational mistake, and it's just good play from Nebula to put it home.
A great shot there, and is in with an answer, able to step it up. And that was kind of my one question, Fishy. I know we talked about Smooth not being here, but without Smooth, who's been the man in the playoffs, as they're looking for a shot. The dog almost hit it in, but not going to. That was kind of my one question: is who on Nebula is going to step up? With the absence of Smooth here. And so far, Zin, despite the one mistake, he's able to get that goal, and he's looked pretty solid here early.
Yeah, he's been all their offense. He's been going for a lot of demos, too, which I'd like to see more of, because that could open up space in the Venganza half.
Final 30 seconds here. We'll see if Nebula can find something. There's a shot going towards net before on the very edge. Gonna make the save, and now Venganza trying to get this one going. Zin pops it up, looking out for a teammate. Awkward ball, though, as Ladog beats him to it. Skies towards the net. It's out in the midfield. Dangerous there. A shot going to go in at 4 with the tap. He sends it in, and Venganza leading with 17 seconds.
He's just showing why he's the best player in all of Nemesis with that right there. He beats out 2 goalies. There's good rotations from Nebula, but even better play from 4 there.
Yeah, he just sends that one home, and a great shot. And now Venganza retaking the lead in this one. Can they hold on and take game 1? They've already got the lead in the bracket. They're looking for more. It's 4. He just misses that one. That one is tough to raise. We call him the best player in Nemesis. He misses a wide open net. Gonna give Nebula a chance here. Definitely the caster's curse there, but a demo comes out, and Skies is gonna be able to seal the game. Venganza fortunate to hold on to that one, and they're gonna take game number 1.
Yeah, they're definitely an up and down team, as just after they score both times, they make some pretty bad mistakes on defense and a missed open net there, but they managed to squeak out the win there.
Yeah, nice game from them. And we talked about Nebula needing to step up. Zin, he was on top of the scoreboard, 1 goal, and then a save for everybody on Nebula, but a lot of shots 8 came out from Venganza there. And Nebula, they tried, but there just wasn't enough offense in this one. And Fishy, do you think that's going to have to be something they focus on in this next game? Getting on offense, or do you think they can lock down more on the defensive end and try to hold Venganza in that way?
I think they definitely have to stick with what works. And in the playoffs, it's just been a barrage of shots and a ton of pressure. But Preskay's playstyle is quite different from Smooth. He likes to sit back and play in the midfield more. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do.
We're going to have to head to game 2 now. Nebula, they're down in the series. And, especially in a moment like this in the grand finals, Nebula, they have to come from the lower bracket. And you would have loved to get that first win if you're Nebula. Give themselves a start, because, you gotta focus on, not winning only 1 best of 7, but you have to win 2 best of 7s if you're going to want to take down Venganza here. And it's going to be tough as they're trying to put a shot on. Another one towards the net. Zin has to make the save, and he does, but Skies, he's keeping the pressure early here for Venganza. They're finally going to be able to clear it away. But, Fishy, as we head into game 2, what do you think Nebula's mindset's going to be here, knowing they have to, now they're down 1 game in the series, and they have to come all the way back to win this series and the next one?
Well, it's going to be tough to come back for sure, but if anyone can, keep their head level and just have fun, it's Nebula. We heard their comms, especially against Grandmasters. They were just having fun the whole time.
Yeah, they definitely were, and they were able to pull out that win over the Grandmasters. We definitely heard some crazy things from them, as now we're going to see a block in the midfield here. And this one going to be sent away to the corner. Zin looking to chase things down, trying to pop it up. Block in the midfield. Venganza looking for the shot there. Ventus is going to save it away. Now they're going to send it up high here. Venganza, they're going to cut it off. Skies trying to chase this one down, but Zin with a touch in the corner forward, popping this one up, but he's going to be able to send it away. And Ventus, he's going to get the clearance. So far, Nebula's been able to hold on, but nothing too much on the offensive end quite yet.
Yeah, and Venganza's done a great job of getting the boost control in their half, and they're always there with full boost on the defense, and it's just kept Nebula away.
Yeah, Venganza has done a great job keeping the pressure, and we definitely heard their comms throughout the season. They've been a little bit crazy. So actually, we're gonna go take a listen in on the Venganza comms right now, see how they're doing so far with a 1-game lead.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come here,
I
boy.
got it. Wait, you got it.
Uh-oh.
Alright, I'm in there.
Give
Yeah.
me this boost. Oh,
I'm gonna
no.
go.
Got it.
I'm going for this boost.
Tuck.
I'm going for this boost too.
Oh my!
Oh my god.
Yeah.
4 Bs. 4
Yeah.
Bs. Flip it in the chat,
Four
boys.
Orbeez.
4
Four
Bs.
Bs.
4
Four
Bs.
Four
Oh
Bs.
my
Four Bs.
goodness.
4 Bs.
4 Bs.
4 Bs.
Four Bs.
Oh,
He calls
what
it
That's my crack.
God.
Yeah.
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 Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hit him. Hey, I'm middle. Middle.
I can't.
Yeah.
It's another Venganza's goal is gonna go in, but I mean, Fishy, there you see Venganza, I mean, they're just they're just having fun doing this one. Obviously, they like to mess around a little bit, and you know they're having fun as they're going to put another goal in the back of the net.
Yeah, they play so good from ahead that they know they can just have fun at this point. You see Ladog and I believe it's the Ripper. Oh, Zin. Hoping to claw one back from Nebula here. Is Venganza a little bit too sloppy.
And yeah, you see the shot going to go in and able to send it home, and Nebula finally able to break through. But we talked about it, Venganza. I mean, they've got the advantage in this series, and you know they can. You know, if anything, I mean, they've been that team all season long where they've just messed around and you know had fun throughout the season, which you know you love to see it in a high pressure situation like this for them to be you know so relaxed. It seems like I mean, they're just looking good right now.
Yeah, now I'd want to see them step it back up because they did just let one in, and it is a 1-goal game now, and hopefully they can bring back some of that control from earlier in the game.
To see if Nebula can find an answer here is Zin. He's going to pop this one up high. And send it across in the middle. Press J. Trying to get to the touch. 4. Going to pop it up high. Press J with a block into the corner there. This one sent towards the backboard. Sky's going to make the touch. Able to send it away. Push back. A block in the midfield. Ventus couldn't quite get to it. Venganza passing it across, but Zin is going to bang it a long way. A couple of tempos come up for 4. He's just taking out the whole team, and it's now Zin trying to get back on it. This one drops right down. The net's wide open. Press J has a net to shoot at, but hits it right in the Ladog. As this one sent down to the midfield, blocked up there, and he sent across. A minute remaining here. Venganza, they're still holding on to their lead, and Nebula once again, you know, they have to find that offense here. I mean, only 3 shots here. There haven't been too many shots from either side, but Nebula, it just seems like they need just that much more offense here pushing.
Yeah, and what I haven't liked from Nebula so far is they've been diving at a lot of balls at offense that they're never going to get to, and it's just if they sit back and try and keep control of the ball, they'll do a lot better in this series.
They've only got 30 seconds now. They're going to have to turn on the pressure as this one is bouncing out forward with a great read. Able to send that one down. Knew exactly where it was going as this one popped out in the midfield 4 again. He's looking to stay with it. Zin going to find a bump on him. A little bit of a double commit from Venganza. Nebula, they have to go now. Ventus, though, not much boost to work with as the dog sends it back. Zin across the midfield, blocked out by Skies. Nebula, they're going to have to go the length of the field now as 4. He's just getting in the way right now. Sending it across the midfield. This ball's still up. Nebula, they've got a chance that they can keep it, but they can't set it down. And Venganza, they're going to win game number 2 here. And, I mean, in all honesty, Fishy, it's looking like a dominating performance so far from them.
I can't say I didn't expect Venganza to win it out and play dominant, but it's just been so good from them so far. But they just have to keep their heads into it because they have the win if they just keep playing like this. But there comes, they might not keep playing like this, let me tell you.
Yeah, I mean, who knows what's going to go on as this series goes on. I mean, they've got a 2-game advantage in this series, and then they also have the bracket reset in this series. So, especially with how loose they've been all season long, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Venganza continue to mess around a little bit. I mean, they have the mechanics, they have the chemistry going on, and I mean, they're just here to have fun and you know make it happen. And so far it's worked out good for them. But you know, on the Nebula side, you know both these games have been 2-1 games, so they haven't been getting blown out here, but they just haven't had any offense here. And you know, Fishy, if you're Nebula, if you're Ventus on the team as kind of the GM and captain, what are you kind of saying to your guys to kind of get them fired up and get them ready to go in game 3?
Well, you got to let them know that even though they've only scored 2 goals, they've barely had any shots, and they've done real good to put their opportunities away.
Wow, that was a tough one there.
That is, as it's just unfortunate for Zin again with another missed backboard read, but the rotations from Nebula, they just have to have someone behind them to keep control of the ball, because as soon as one mistouch comes out, it's just a goal for Venganza all the time.
God just keeps putting goal after goal in the skies. He's going to send that one in. You can see the cars already, the Roadhog and the Scarab coming out from them as Skies puts another one home.
Yeah, it's just a good fake from Ladog. Before that, he makes Press J jump early and leaves the space in behind for Skies there.
Yeah, nice shot, able to find it in, but Nebula, they're really struggling here, and I'm curious to see, you know, how they're doing in their comms. I mean, obviously they don't have Smooth, so I want to go take a listen in as Nebula. They're going to have to find some sort of answer here. Let's listen in and see if Nebula can start to pull a little bit of a comeback. As a shot, it goes towards the net there.
Can you shoot?
Yeah, I'll try.
Okay. I should bump, dude.
He's up. I'm there. Yep. Should have bumped him.
I can't.
You could shoot. I beat him. I couldn't get on.
Somehow he demoed me.
I missed. Fuck. Come on.
Oh my god.
Should have bumped him. He's
Wanted
up,
to
bro.
flip.
It's just in.
I gotta stop dribbling, I guess. I get freaking dunked on every time.
They're just gonna rush the shit out of us.
Yeah.
Right? They.
So not much really going on in the Nebula comms here. It's a different Venganza, it's a different Nebula vibe than, you know, we heard in the last time in that Grandmaster series. They were laughing, they were having fun, but this one, it's just all quiet, and you know, you can just see the difference between these two teams.
Yeah, it definitely is a lot quieter, but what I did like to hear at the end of that was Press J just trying to get the playstyle in their heads that they're gonna get rushed and they have to win those 50s if they want to win this match.
Yeah, now another one, a tough mistake there, Ladog. He's just gonna dribble it out. I'm not sure if he did that on purpose, but it almost looked like it was purposeful at that point. As now Nebula gonna have to try to find an answer. They've really been held down in this series as they're trying to set it back up. This one blocked up high. A mistouch comes out. Press J got to jump forward, but Ladog too quick there, and 4 is just going to send that one home. A hat trick for him. A playmaker for Ladog and Venganza. 4-0 right now. They're just running away.
Yeah, and even with Ladog, it looked like intentional to me how he just dribbled it out. It's just a testament to how good Venganza is this season, where they can just put one in 10-20 seconds later.
Yeah, I mean, they've just been so dominant. It's been insane to see as this one's popped up, looking for a shot there. Press J unable to find it. With Nebula, they've really got to find something here. I mean, at this point, if they don't score quickly here, so another shot's going to go on. Press J able to make the save just on the back line. But if they don't get something going here, not only are they going to have to pull the bracket reset, but they're going to have to pull a reverse sweep. And that is going to be an insanely tall order against this Venganza team, who's been so good, has been the favorite here, you know, especially heading into the playoffs. As another one, a great pass there from 4, and Ladog is going to put it home this time. They're just passing it back and forth to each other.
Yeah, and they're just going for those flashy plays now, but they're all good enough to put it in, so they keep scoring. But back to Nebula, you say that they have such a hard task ahead of them, but they really have to take it one game at a time and just get that first win.
Yeah, they really need that first win. I mean, they've only scored 2 goals in this entire series. 1 in each of the first 2 games, and now in this game number 3, they're getting blown out 5-0 here. So it's going to have to be a complete change on the Nebula side if they're going to want to come back. It's now Ladog taking it down. Skies trying to get in the way. He's looking for the demo. This one sent towards the midfield, but not going to go this time in Nebula. They're trying to take it out. Skies, a mistouch from him. Ventis has got one to beat there. They can't send it through as this one's out in the corner. Blocked up once more by Press J with a stop. 4. Gonna wait on it. Gonna try to send this one up. Looking for a touch here again. Looking for that musty, but it's gonna send it off the wall. And I mean, you can see it, Fish. You talked about it. They're just going for those flashy plays now. I mean, they have a 5-goal lead, and this game is pretty much out of hand because Nebula, they really haven't done anything on offense at all in this game. I mean, they've had a bunch of shots actually. Surprisingly, they have 7 shots, but really it doesn't seem like they've been anything of quality.
Yeah, it's just been desperation from Nebula, hoping that one of these times maybe Venganza will whiff and let it in the net on accident, but it's just been quantity over quality for Nebula.
Yeah, they haven't really got those good opportunities, and that's why they're definitely down in this series, as they're now gonna have to pull a reverse sweep to force the bracket reset. The road is long ahead, but you talked about it. Got to take it one game at a time here if you're Nebula, and maybe one goal could give them a little bit of momentum as it's heading off to the corner. Final 20 seconds of game 3. Venganza sending it down, looking for another one. Skies pop this one up high, looking for another touch, can't find it. It's the dog taking the corner, looking for one more. He's into the ceiling, but lost control of it. He's just going to get down to it, and almost had an opportunity there. Zin sends it down. But that's pretty much going to do it as Venganza looks for one more goal, and they're going to find it. Skies putting in the dagger there is now 4. Not only has a hat trick, but he also picks up the playmaker there, and Venganza 6-0 victory here.
Yeah, I think dagger there is a bit of an understatement, as 6-0 is just so hard to bounce back from as Nebula there. And you heard it in their comms, they were a little down already, so I'm interested to see how they bounce back from this.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's looking tough. I mean, they held it close in the first 2 games, but in game 3, Venganza just exploded with 6 goals, and Nebula, they couldn't even get on the board. They still ended up with 7 shots. Only 4 of them were actually saved by Venganza, so 3 of those shots just missed or weren't on the net. So I mean, Nebula, they had a couple opportunities, but you talked about it earlier that they need to find some quality over this quantity here, and as we head into game 4, now the stage is set. Can they pull it off? Can they start to pull off this reverse sweep attempt here? I mean, Fishy, what do you think Nebula's got to do to bring this one back?
Well, it's definitely possible, as we saw them in games 1 and 2 keeping it close, but they just need to get control of the boost back. They're not able to get good touches on the ball every time they go because they're always low on 20 or 10. And if they just keep getting those mid pads on the wide ends and keeping their back boost, they could do fine this series.
We're going to have to focus on those points now as we head to game number 4. Nebula down 3-0 in the series. Going to have to make a monumental comeback in this one. It would be great to see after all the content we've seen all season, but it's going to be a long road, and it has to start now for Nebula. As Zin going to pop this one up high. This ball in the midfield pressure, can't find the touch. Ventus now looking to take a shot, sends it towards the net, but 4. It would make the touch. This one to the corner here, blocked back up. That's now 4. Trying to get another touch. Can't find it. It's out in the midfield there. Ladog going to catch it, going to pop it all the way down though. As Skies, he's just waiting for it, looking for the redirect, but Zin able to find it and send it down. And now Nebula, they're trying to get one through here, but they're not going to be able to. But Fishy, I'm already liking what I'm seeing early here in the first 50 seconds.
Yeah, they've gone back to that high pressure style that they liked so much, and Zin going for a double, can't find it, but they've just been peppering shots on the net and keeping Venganza back, and it's a mix of what they were doing for the past few series, and it's been working so far.
That's been working so far in this one, but they desperately need to find one into the back of the net as Presce gonna bang it down. Looking for this one, Skies out in the midfield. The mistouch comes out, but a double commit from Venganza is gonna work in their favor as Presce almost dribbled it by his teammate there. Ventus, it's sent all the way down. Presce, he's got an open net to shoot at. Can he put it in? Yes, he can. And Nebula taking their first lead here in this game, and maybe, just maybe, the start of the comeback.
It sure is, as they take their first lead there, but Venganza maybe a little too relaxed on that one, as their third man was up at midfield.
Yeah, I think they know that they've got that big cushion like we talked about. At least three games in this series, and then the bracket reset if it comes to that. But you don't really want to give this Nebula team some momentum, because we've seen when they were on. I mean, I've talked to Skies before. He said that was probably their toughest series to date. They actually were trying super hard in that one the last time these two teams played. So this Nebula team, you gotta watch out for it. You can't really let them get their momentum.
Yeah, for sure. And what I've liked so far is they've been committing all 3 forward, and a lot of times it's against Venganza 1 or 2 back, but Nebula's still gotten back in time to stop the counterattacks. It's been real good from them.
It's definitely working out well so far as we're about halfway through this game. This ball can be popped up high. A little miss comes out there, sent over to the side. Nebula holding on to that 1-0 lead. Is this one sent towards the backboard? Ventus now. He can't find the touch. He just misses. It's dangerous in front of the net, but Zin is going to get back just in time. Four is just waiting and watching out there on the mid boost, but that one was almost catastrophic.
Yeah, I can't believe that didn't go in, and 4 couldn't either, as the ball was just on the goal line for a good 5 seconds or so. But Nebula, they've just done good to hold on there.
Yeah, they've been holding on just enough here. They need to squeak out this game, though, and maybe bring it back in the series, as this one's popped up there. Nebula looking for the shot here. The follow coming in. Ventus, the free jump. He sends it in off the pass for Brescia.
If they're not having fun now, I don't know what will make them. That was just a great team play from them, no matter how intentional it was. But it's just the 3 people committing, and it works this time.
Sometimes you just got to turn it around on Venganza. They've been known for that pressure, and then Nebula, they just come right back and say, hey, you can do it. So can we. Is this one? It's going to go into the net. No. Oh, my goodness. How did that go out? I have no idea. And it somehow popped up again. Dog towards the backboard, looking for the double tap. Out in the middle, shot one more, but 4 can't find it. It's still dangerous, guys, to the midfield, but it's saved away. Oh, my goodness. Tense moments there on both ends.
Yeah, both teams are definitely starting to put more pressure on Venganza, knowing that they have to score 2 goals now to tie up this game, but Venganza's style has always been more aggressive here, so it's just been counterattacks back and forth.
So far, actually, Nebula, they're leading in the shot category here as they hold on to a 2-goal lead as well. This one popped in the midfield, shot opportunity towards the net, and a miss from Brescia, and still, you know, this Nebula squad, they're holding on to the lead, but we see the shot selection and the shot accuracy. It's just not what you like to see if you're going to want to pull this one all the way back.
Yeah, it's definitely not convincing, which is a bit of a warning sign for the rest of the series, as they've missed a few easy opportunities and probably could have easily gotten scored on by Venganza there.
As now they're sending out in the midfield, and that one's going to dunk in. Skies is just chilling on the backboard out there, and Nebula, they're going to say, hey, you can mess around all you want. We're going to take this game and put another goal in.
Yeah, Venganza's just given them this game, it seems like, but you never know with the momentum what they'll be able to do in the rest of the series.
Yeah, you never know as this one's going in, and actually looking at the Twitch chat, as another one was in. You can't put it in, but we see something coming out from 4. He says, I hate my team in the Twitch chat. So I think Skies and his antics get into him a little bit as Zin is going to put that one in, and Nebula, I mean, they're pouring him on right now.
Yeah, maybe a little false sense of confidence here. Maybe they just want to come back from the 6-0 loss to go to a 6-0 win real quick.
Yeah, we'll have to see here. It's 4-0 here now. Nebula is trying to put another one on. And you can see a little bit in the chat there. Brescia saying if y'all can win, just win. I mean, he doesn't seem to be into this series with that kind of mentality.
I mean, when you know you're going to be out if you lose just one game for the rest of the next 4, I believe, then it's just not a good mindset to be like, oh, they don't care these next games. Why are we even playing?
Mm-hmm. I would have to agree. I mean, you know, even I think sometimes you just got to take that. I know we know Venganza as the meme team, and you know they mess around. They mess around quite a bit. But you know, if you're Nebula here and you really want a chance to win this one, you know, however bleak it may seem, you got to focus up and you got to take those wins where you can get them. I mean, even if Venganza is gifting them to you, I mean, we've seen it before that Nebula can hang, and if Venganza is giving away free wins, I mean, you gotta take those, and you gotta capitalize on them, because if they're gonna keep messing around, I mean, sometimes it can go too far, and if you mess around too much, I mean, Nebula could very easily take some of these games and pull the upset.
And you have to keep in mind too that Venganza, at least they looked like they were trying for the first couple minutes of that game, and they still got dominated by Nebula on shots and went down by 2. So Nebula definitely has the potential to pull out an upset here.
Definitely have a chance here, and we'll have to see as we head into this game number 5. And actually, we're not going to see Game 5 Chubik in the grand finals. I'm kind of disappointed here, as Venganza Chubik is not here for game number 5. So this could be bad for Venganza here without their main man Chubik.
I mean, they are respecting Nebula's request for none of the memes in this match, but I don't know, Chubik's been so dominant in Game 5, it might have been a better play to just put him in anyway.
That would have been interesting to see, but Venganza, they're gonna take this one so far, and they've said they focused up, so I think we're actually gonna head back in their call, and we'll see how focused they really are.
Been nasty.
Is he
Yeah, that
free?
would've been
That's it. That's it.
Pass it right to you. Go for it. Nice shot.
Here you go, Liam.
I don't have booze.
I'm
I
up,
just
I'm
heard
up.
you, but I like.
Kidding, I'm not up. Now I'm up.
There you go.
And I'm scoring.
Oh.
Okay, you saying it?
Yep. It's on me.
Bro,
I'm up,
Brandon.
I'm up.
Sway.
I'm rotating. I'm rotating. Pass it. Pass it. Pass it. Pass it. Pass it. Pass it.
I don't
pass it.
want to touch it.
I'm going. It's open. What are you doing? What are you
Shooting
doing?
the ball.
It doesn't even matter.
Yeah, why are you crying, bro? Great pass.
Yeah, honestly.
Take your assist points and leave me alone.
Oh my god.
Yeah, honestly, get out of here, idiot. Quit
Okay,
talking.
get out of here, dude.
Shut up. Shut up.
Shut up.
Man.
Bro, you four crack earlier.
For you. What's up?
What's up, man?
What's up, man?
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm
Nice
pretty
shot.
good.
Oh yeah, thanks. You know? Almost
What
that.
is happening?
Oh go. Oh yeah.
All right, so even still, you see Venganza focusing this Nebula. They're just missing the ball there. But I mean, even Venganza focusing here, they're still able to meme around with each other, asking about how the days are, and just you score the ball, bounce into the midfield as Nebula just somehow missed that ball, just bouncing there. I mean, they're still having fun even when they say they're not messing around.
Oh,
Oh, is that one almost own goals? Press J trying to put it in the follow. It's not going to go, but Venganza, they're definitely a team that you might love here. As Sin is going to put one home and actually tie this one up.
yeah, it's a good way to bounce back from Nebula. They've been stuck on their half all of this game, and as soon as they get a little bit of pressure, it's just 1-2 quick shots on the net, and it goes in.
And this play there is now Nebula able to tie this one up. Still have a decent opportunity to bring it back, but they're going to have to find an answer here. This one's out in the middle there. It's going to be pinched in their own net as Skies combines with, I'm not sure who that was, but it's just going to go in.
Yeah, it was Ventus there. It's just unfortunate from him. He's trying to cut it off. He had to get a touch there, but just to pinch it in the back of your net like that, that's just a mental loss all around.
Yeah, tough one there is now Nebula. They're down yet again. Venganza looking to clinch this one out. As if they win this game, they are taking home the Titan League Championship for Season 2. This one out in the midfield, though, Nebula trying to get one, but 4, they would pick up a Savior medal. As it send all the way back down forward towards the net. It's just off the post. A little bit of a double commit from Venganza. Going to allow Prestia to take it down. Skies with a great touch, able to block it away. As Ventus, he can't find the touch. It's sent off the backboard there. Venganza able to touch it, but I mean, that's still the main thing I've noticed here, Fishy, is that there have been so many missed touches from Nebula in this series, and they're just uncharacteristically missing these balls. It doesn't seem like Venganza's playing too insanely crazy. It just seems like Nebula just can't find the touches and the shots that they want.
Yeah, their playstyle's been actually really good to counter Venganza, I feel, with their high pressure and kind of sitting back on defense, but they just haven't been getting the touches at the back. But it's just given Venganza too many opportunities, and Zin puts it in top corner, now ties up the game.
Okay, Zin finally able to get one here. Another shot from him. His second goal of the game. We talked about him as maybe the guy to step up. And so far in the games we've seen Zin, he's been able to be productive here. So a nice shot. They're able to tie this one up. But still a minute remaining. Nebula, they have to get something going here as this ball is sent out to the corner. Out in the midfield here, Zin with a nice dunk. Press J. Gonna look to chase this one. A great demo from Zin. Press J out in the midfield. Gonna make it awkward there, but nice touch to the corner. Is now Ventus trying to get up to it. Can't find the touch. 4 on the dribble. Gonna get it by 1. Looking for a second now. Gonna pass down the midfield towards Ladog, and he's gonna put it home. A great shot from Ladog. Venganza is back in front.
Yeah, it's a good shot from Ladog, but even better from 4 as he gets beat in the 50 and manages to backwards wave dash to get back to the touch. He's just insane.
Yeah, 4 has just been crazy all season. Ever since they picked him up, he's definitely been the man for this Venganza roster. As he's trying to lead him to a championship here. And they're 55 seconds away from doing just that. As Zin pops this one up high. Venganza might be looking to close this one out. Ladog looking for 4, but just a little bit behind him is 4. Blocking it up. Trying to send it towards the midfield. 4 can't find the touch. Press J. And Nebula, is this one going towards the net? Dangerous Zin. He makes a touch, but Ladog is up off the backboard. It's not going to go. Nebula, they have to get going now if they're going to want a chance. Zin, he misses the touch, and 4 is just going to dribble it in, and Skies is going to take the goal there. And Venganza, a 2-goal lead, 27 seconds remaining, and they might just be able to take the championship here.
It was going so good for Nebula there. Their backboard defense and goal line was so good, but just one double commit, and all of a sudden the game looks a little out of reach.
Yeah, it's definitely looking out of reach now. They're going to have to come all the way back as another fake comes out for in the midfield. Ladog trying to get it in. Nebula, they have to go now if they're going to want a chance to win this series. As Skies takes it up out of the midfield, looking for another one, and 4 coming in out of nowhere. Of course it's that man. He sends it home and puts that one in the back of the net. And 5-2, 13 seconds remaining. It looks like Ventus is done with this one as Venganza 13 seconds away from the championship.
And that'll do it, and it's great to see 4 step up as really the best player on Venganza by far. No offense to Skies or Ladog, but 4's just been so good this whole season. It's fitting end for Titan League.
As now Nebula just trying to get one more. They're going to find it. Actually, 1 second remaining. They're going to put it home, and the celebrations are going to wait just a second longer. But at this point, it's out of reach for sure here. Venganza, they are going to be your Season 2 Titan League champion. And what a great series here from them is this one. It just has to hit the ground there. Both these teams they're gonna try to keep it up. Of course, why not try to get one more forward? The flip reset, trying to get it there. One more towards the net, but it's not going to go. And then Venganza, there we go. They are the champions for Season 2. Congratulations to them. They are the champions of the Titan League, and what a performance from them. They have definitely had a dominant run this season, Fishy, and well-deserved for them.
Yeah, it's definitely deserved for Venganza the way they've played the second half of the season with the pickup of 4, and it's just a great end to Titan League with Nebula trying to bounce back, but Venganza doing a good job to hold them off.
Yeah, Venganza, a great season from them. They hold on and take this one pretty dominating for them in this, the second half of the season. And, we'll have to see what's going to happen next season. They've dominated so far. I'll be curious to see if they're going to be sticking around with each other next season. We'll have to definitely keep our eyes out for the MMR boundaries. But, Nebula, they didn't have Smooth, who's their main guy. I think that was already a demoralizer there for them, as they were, they didn't have him there. And then to go down to the series, have to make that in potentially the amazing comeback. It was a tough road for them. But Nebula, they definitely had a great season here overall, Fishy.
Yeah, they should be proud of how far they got, as I know a lot of people, myself included, counted them out to go 3rd or 4th in Titan League, and to get here as the 2 seed, but most people considered probably 4th seed. It's just a great job from them.
Yeah, a great one there is Venganza's going to be able to pull it out, and we're actually going to get an interview here. We are going to drag the man, the carry himself. We've got 4 in the call. 4, How's it going?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm doing good. You guys just pulled off a dominating win. You guys won the championship here, and all the while you guys have been having fun. I know you're memeing around a little bit, saying you hate your team in chat, but how was it playing with these guys this season and able to pull out the championship here?
Honestly, it was great. Besides them trolling that one game, we played well, and I'm proud of the boys. I wouldn't have asked for a better team and better teammates. And yeah, proud to be a Venganza champion.
There you go. And it was crazy. You come in halfway through the season. Obviously, you're one of the big guys up there, the high MR players around the 2K mark. And for you to come in midway through the season, to join Nemesis and come in like that and make an impact, what were you kind of expecting coming into the season, kind of filling on a team like that? Were there any crazy expectations like, hey, we can win the league immediately, or what were kind of your thoughts like coming in the mid-season to this Venganza squad?
Honestly, I had like zero expectations. I knew that teams were already solid and had like chemistry, and that joining Venganza, we wouldn't have a lot of chemistry at the beginning, and I just like playing with guys in the dog, so I think we kind of just got like used to each other's play styles, and I don't know, I just came in thinking, I already knew that they were a decent team and just tried to help them out in whatever way I could.
Yeah, for sure. And we saw in Game 5 there, you didn't bring in Shubik at the end, even though the fans in the Twitch chat may have wanted it. Was that because you were scared of a Nebula comeback, perhaps?
No, he was eating. He was at dinner. So we were talking to him about it before, and he was like, only if it comes to a bracket reset, he can make it. So he couldn't make it, unfortunately.
Unfortunate. We'd love to see Game 5 Shubik, but oh well. It happens like that. But congratulations, man. You guys are able to pull out the victory, and season 2 champions here. Now going into next season will be coming up here. Do you think you guys are going to be able to stick around next season and maybe go back to back?
I'm not sure. We haven't talked about next season, but I'd love to run it back with these guys. It was fun.
All right, man. Well, we'll have to see. I'd love to see you guys run it back too. You guys are definitely a lot of fun to listen to, and I love the way you guys mess around and have fun with it. So, congratulations, man. Venganza, season 2 champions. This is 4. Congrats, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, that was 4 from Venganza. They are your season 2 tight league champions. Congrats to them. A great series in that one. And I know we talked about it. We got the Skies fan club out in the chat. I know you guys want to hear Skies. But actually, we're going to have the weekend review, live weekend review coming up in about 10 minutes or so. That'll be coming up shortly. But Fishy, any final words before we head out and get to that weekend review?
It was well-deserved from Venganza again. That it was just such a dominant last half of the season from them, and I'd say it's a good end of the season.
Definitely, I would have to agree. It's been a crazy season. We got to give a quick shout out to Foam for the 4-month resub. Much appreciated. Also, thank you to Enigma Sector for the raid from earlier. I know I thanked you in the chat, but thank you again, Proxy, for the raid. And also thank you to Foam for the 4-month. But yeah, we're actually going to hear Skies next on the live weekend review. It's going to be a little bit interesting. Normally we do our weekend reviews just for YouTube, but we're going to be recapping all the playoff action so far. So that's going to be coming up in 10 minutes. But once again, guys, it's been a crazy season. The grand finals are over. Congratulations to Venganza tonight, and congrats to all the other teams who were able to pull off the championship. Season 2 is crazy, and Season 3 is coming soon. So make sure you guys are getting involved. I'm linking the Discord down below. I know a lot of you guys are already in Nemesis, and a lot of you guys are already participating. But if you're new here, make sure to check out the Discord. Share with your friends. Season 3 is coming soon, and we've got it all ready to go. Announcement will be coming out soon about what you have to do for Season 3. So join the Discord, take a look there, and make sure to get involved there. Also, feel free to check out our socials down below. I see Fishy linked them there, so feel free to check them out. And yeah, it's been a great Season 2. We're not done yet. We got the live weekend review in Season 3. It's only going to be up from here. We've been growing so much, and you guys have been amazing with the support. So thank you so much, as always. And we'll be back in a little bit with the weekend review. So hope to see you guys there.